Und das Geile ist ja wirklich, wir haben gerade sozusagen bewiesen, dass er nicht der Dieb ist, sondern im Büro war. Und jetzt kommt raus, dass in dem Büro zu dem genau dem Zeitpunkt jemand umgebracht wurde. Das ist jetzt so ein bisschen kacke, dass wir gerade dann sowas bewiesen haben. Oktober 13th. Kurz nach 3 in unserem Büro. You know, I'm glad we found the urn and all, but poor Mr. Delight got arrested again. Well, supposedly Mr. Delight was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred. No way. Was? No way, Jose. I don't buy it. But the one who proved that Mr. Delight was there was Mr. Nick himself, at least from what I can understand. Looks like you did too good of a job this time, Nick. Well, how about we get started looking into the KB security murder? I think I'm going to head back to Kurain Village for a little while, if that's alright. Of course I'm going to run there. Sure, but why? I'm going to bring the sacred urn back and have some people take a look at it. Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with... No, Mystic Maya, you should stay here. I want you two to spend some special quality time together, full of love and happiness. I even made the bed for you. Pearls is so caught up in her fantasy, she forgot there's a murder to solve. Sacred urn given to Pearls. Now remember, no fighting, okay? Nick isn't gonna... She's gone. Okay, Nick, time to get going on this murder investigation. Okay. So, what do we do now? Isn't it obvious? We should get out there and investigate the murder. Well, first we need to find out exactly where KB Security is located. Hey, why don't we ask Miss Delight? She should know. Besides, I want to ask her some stuff about motorcycles. Motorcycles? You're not thinking of getting one, are you? I'm not the same little Maya who used to be happy with a dinky little bike, Nicky Pie. Speaking of asking around, I've got a few questions of my own for Mr. Delight. Okay, well, let's make sure to go to the detention center, too. You must be relieved we got the sacred urn back, though. You bet. A set, but there's something a little different about it. Don't question mark at me. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, take a look at this. It clearly says I am on the urn in the poster. But the urn we got back says Amy, like it always used to. Oh. Das ist mir gar nicht aufgefallen, aber jetzt, wo sie es sagt. Yeah, you're right. Plus, the vase has pink splotches on it now. I'm sure they weren't there before. Moment, kann es sein, dass irgendjemand die aus Versehen nochmal kaputt gemacht hat? Ich meine, es wäre eine Erklärung, oder? Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago when the urn was broken, the repairer accidentally turned Mystic Amy's name into I am. And that repairer was one mechanically unskilled little Pearls. But still, I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it. Is it possible that urn is a fake? Ich bleib jetzt mal bei meiner Theorie. Vielleicht ist sie irgendjemandem runtergefallen. Vielleicht ja sogar, Dingsbums. Wie hieß sie noch? Adrian Andrews. Vielleicht hat Adrian sie ja sogar aus Versehen fallen lassen und hat sie dann schnell wieder zusammengeflickt und es niemandem gesagt. Nur, dass Adrian Andrews wahrscheinlich um einiges gewissenhafter dabei vorgegangen ist und sie wieder richtig zusammengepackt hat. I'm sure Pearls will find out about that once she gets back to Kurain Village. Yeah, I suppose. Now that I think about it, Maya hasn't been back to Kurain Village in a long time. So I guess people still go to Kurain Village to do their training, right? Yep. If you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training. And probably also a gender change. So why haven't you been training lately, Maya? Well, lately I've been thinking of heading to a channeling dojo to do just that. Channeling dojo, huh? Sounds pretty serious, whatever that is. If you're going to train, you have to be serious, otherwise real tragedies can happen. Is what happened last year still bothering you? That murder in her village, it happened because the power of channeling was misused. When a medium uses the Kurain technique, she temporarily loses her own will. So when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse, in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. That murder, it wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you? I suppose not, but I guess I'm still a bit shaken up, that's all. It sounds like being the master of Kurain is going to be a heavy responsibility. Okay, na dann gehen wir mal. Gehen wir vielleicht erstmal hier hin, um mit Desi zu sprechen. Oh, Nicky boy, Maya. Mr. Light. All I wanted to do was help my dear Ronnie. Yeah, but I guess it ended up hurting his case. Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up. Hey, Nicky boy, please help Ronnie. He's not a killer, I swear. Mr. Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly. Alright, I'll poke around and see what I can find out. Really? Are you serious? Oh, I'm so happy. I knew asking for your help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I can do to help anymore. I had no idea Mr. Lightwood had such a vulnerable side. Listen carefully, Nicky boy. My Ronnie would never ever kill anyone. It's just not in him. I don't think he would either, Nick. Yeah, but you have to admit he's got a bit of a temper to him. It's not that hard to imagine him just snapping and screaming, "Please die!" I would never say that. Anyway, Mr. Light, he might not be a killer, but he's still going around saying that he's a thief. I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him. Mr. Light, I hate to say it, but you're the one who's living in a fantasy world. What? How dare you say that to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Ronnie. We don't have any secrets between us. Ronnie isn't the thieving type. He's so honest that he wouldn't even sneak a nap. He's so honest that he wouldn't even steal a glance. A thief, huh? The very idea. I guess I just don't get it. Huh? Get what? I just can't understand how they can be so different and yet be such a happy couple. Yeah, they sure are different. Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it? It was love at first sight. For me, anyway. What? For you? Ja, da muss ich jetzt aber mal als erstes nachfragen. So was it really love at first sight when you first met Mr. Delight? Well, maybe not at first sight, but Ronnie saved my life. Saved your life? I was at work one day when 2 robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I'm not the kind to just curl into a little ball in a corner, so I fought back. Robbers? Yes, they took me hostage. I was so frightened. They were both carrying these huge knives, and I broke down into tears. Yeah, I would too if I were in that situation. Oh, I think I get it. Did Mr. Delight come running to save you? Yes, exactly. I remember. He looked so handsome in that guard uniform of his. He went right up to those 2 knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces. Please stop it! He screamed. I could see the robbers' faces turn pale. That high-pitched shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect on people. Then, crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the 2 robbers. All by himself, he came to save me, a total stranger. All by himself. He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me. Wow, that's a great story. Yes, you may not look it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did. That's so romantic. I'd fall in love with Phoenix, too, I guess. Nick, I hope you'll do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage. With Maya, that possibility always seems to loom in the not-so-distant future. Ja, wie in Teil 2. Okay. I hate these kinds of people more than anything. You mean ace detectives? No, I'm fine with ace detectives. Oh, so then you must mean thieves? No, they're alright too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be ace detectives. There's nothing I hate more than cowardly men. By the way, why did you go to Detective Adme's office anyway? Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I went there to try to find out more about the real criminal. The real criminal? Yes, obviously the real Master Moskwa is not my Ronnie, right? Yeah? And Detective Adme knew more about Master Moskwa than anyone else. They mentioned him on the Great People Around Town segment on TV. So then you went there to ask him some questions? That's right, I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. His secretary said the ace detective isn't in right now, but I forced my way past her and into his hideout. I wouldn't exactly call that office of his a hideout. That bag was sitting there there on top of the table. Oh yeah, we saw that bag there yesterday too. There's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else. Mr. Light, do you know about KB Security? Don't be silly, of course I do. That's where my Ronnie works. So she thinks he still works there, huh? Achso, der arbeitet da gar nicht mehr. Hab ich das irgendwie vergessen? Wurde das schon mal gesagt? Used to work as a guard for KB Security. And yet, according to what we heard today... Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron Delight was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard. Okay, war wohl da, wo wir das gelernt haben, ne? Ron quit. He doesn't work there anymore. It looks like Mr. Light doesn't know. KB Security is only about 20 minutes away. By motorcycle, that is. Larry told me it takes 30 minutes by car. Well, I have to admit I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike. To make it to KB Security that fast, are you sure you aren't literally flying? Why don't I give you a ride sometime? Or better yet, how about now? No, I'll pass. Thanks. Why don't you just tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves? Ah, what a scaredy cat you are, Nick. Mr. Light told us the location of KB Security. Okay, let's head over there right away, Nick. Okay. Da. Als wäre sie prädestiniert, die nächste. Ja, allerdings. Okay, October 13, KB Security CEO's office. Oh. So I guess this is where it all went down, huh? The walls in here look thick, just like you'd expect in a CEO's office. What has that got to do with anything?
Hey, it's you guys again.
Oh, it's Detective Gumshoe, the most useless one ever.
Today was a real train wreck for you guys, huh?
Sure was, pal. That prosecutor made real fools out of us.
Yeah, I feel for you.
Well, that's not like you at all. I thought you'd be more like...
Oh, that was great. You guys got what you deserve, pal. Ho ho ho.
Or something to that effect.
Do I really sound like that to you, pal?
If the gumshoe fits.
Well, anyway, the point is I can tell when someone puts their heart into their jobs, and I can sympathize when things don't go your way. Sometimes I feel like wrong is the only way things go for us detectives.
Wow, I had no idea Detective Gumshoe was such a nice guy. Now, if this little love fest is over, maybe we can start investigating? Yeah. Was haben wir denn hier? This rope. You think it fell out of the safe when it was opened? I don't think so. So, you mean... Yeah, I think this string shows where and how the corpse was lying. You mean... the victim... he was killed by being crushed by the safe door? She can't be serious, can she? Aber wie wurde der denn umgebracht? War der im Safe drin und ist da rausgefallen? Wow, this safe is unbelievable. I bet 4 pearls would fit in there. And it's got a bunch of doohickeys attached to it. It's pretty amazing, alright. Motion sensors, heat sensors, weight sensors. Hey Nick, come on, let's open it and take a look. If I broke into one of these, wouldn't that set me down the path of Hoodlumville? Wahrscheinlich. Was liegt denn da? Check out this big, thick binder here. Leave the heavy lifting to me, Nick. Reading a file isn't exactly back-breaking work, just a little hard on the eyes. What did you find out, Nick? This file, it's not about any sort of security operations or anything. This huge file is all about Master Musque. It's filled with info on him. What? What kind of info? Oh, ich glaube, bei mir klicken gerade schon so ein paar Teile zusammen. It's filled with incredibly detailed information about his methods and the crime scenes. Hey Nick, look at the last page. It's a list. Let's see, Tear of Emanon, $100,000. This looks like a list of all the treasures that Master Musque stole. So then 100,000 is the value of the stolen item. I don't know, that number sounds kind of low to me. I think I'd better secretly make a copy of this list. Kane's List added to the court record. Haben wir den auch schon hier als Profil? Nee, haben wir nicht. Oder? Nee. Gleich nochmal reingucken. Kane's List. Found on a table at the crime scene. Tear of Amnon, 100,000. Crown of Bongora, 150,000. Left Hand of Hades, 200,000. Portrait of Megina, 500,000. Okay. Verstehe. Aha, interessant. This must be the CEO's desk. It's a lot simpler than I would have thought. Hey, that looks like a super soft chair. Let me try it out just for a second. Oh, nice. I just feel just like a CEO. Hey, you, whip me up a cup of some really expensive import tea and some scones. Move it. Ah, this is the life.
The victim sat in that chair just before he was brutally killed, you know.
Tja, das, She should have stopped after whip me. Wow, look at that huge framed photo. Tall mountains rising majestically against a dark and cloudy sky. There's a title written at the bottom of the photo. The greatest sunrise of my life. This is it? This was his best sunrise? Either this guy didn't get out enough or he had really rotten luck with the weather. Maybe if he had lived a little longer, he would have seen some better days. Yeah, maybe if he hadn't been brutally murdered. Oh, there's a button here. Let's see. Du drückst doch jetzt nicht einfach da drauf. Super Idee. Du hättest nicht vielleicht einfach Gumshoe fragen können?
Hey, cut it out. Don't press that.
That was pretty funny. I never knew Detective Gumshoe could jump like that.
What is that button anyway? Oh, it's an emergency buzzer. It says it right there on the panel. Can you read?
Oh, you're right. It's written right there. Nick, how many times have I told you to read the instructions first?
This alarm is connected to the basement guard room. It's used to summon security up here.
Really? Then it's possible on the night of the crime. Oh. So when the CEO was attacked, do you think that maybe he pressed the buzzer?
Yeah, I thought about that, so I asked around down there. But they said that the buzzer never went off that night. Also, we couldn't find any fingerprints on the buzzer. Mr. Bullard, the victim, wasn't wearing any gloves, by the way, just so you know.
I think we'd better go and talk to that guard about this emergency buzzer. It's bestimmt Larry. Okay. Was stand da jetzt? CEO office buzzer connected to the basement security guard office. There are no fingerprints on it. Okay. These look like some kind of bookshelf rolling cabinet hybrid. I can't get in between these two shelves. Don't strain yourself trying. It looks like the shelves are controlled by a special panel. Muss ich jetzt gerade an das eine Resident Evil 2 Rätsel denken. In der Dings in der Bücherei. So I guess it's one shelf at a time, huh? Looks like they're filled with bunches of files. Yeah, files full of data about security jobs they were hired to handle. It'd be a good night's reading if you've got insomnia. I was hoping for something a little bit more exciting, like UFOs or something. Yeah, why would that be here? Ich glaube, das war jetzt alles, oder? Ich sehe jetzt nichts mehr, was gelb ist und keinen roten Haken hat. Dann sollte ich mal mit ihm reden. What happened? Detective Gumshoe, tell us what you know about the murder.
Okay, but the thing is, I'm really not supposed to.
Hey, come on. What about how we put our hearts into our work? Things are really working against us right now, and we need help.
Okay, I'll tell you. Just don't start crying on me, okay, pal?
Okay, I won't cry on you, pal. Oh Gott, wie sieht der denn aus?
The victim's name is Kane Bullard. He was the CEO of KB Security and a pretty big fella in his own right. His corpse was discovered at 9 o'clock this morning. His estimated time of death was 1 o'clock in the morning on October 12th. Cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head, probably an object in this room.
It happened at exactly the same time that Master Musco was stealing the urn, huh? Huh. So why did it take almost an entire day to discover the body?
There's a good explanation for that one. Bullet's body was stashed away inside that safe.
Ah, okay, hatte ich doch recht. Safe, well, it is pretty big.
Nobody had heard from him, and when they opened the safe this morning, out he came.
Well, that must have been a surprise. So the body fell out. That white string must be the safe from when he fell out. I think we still need some more information about Mr. Billiard.
Billard.
Maybe you could start by getting the man's name right. Kann ich ihm den vielleicht direkt mal präsentieren, bevor ich das dann gleich vergesse? Detective Gumshoe, tell us more about Mr. Shane Bluebird. Shane Bluebird.
It's Kane Bullard, not Shane Bluebird, pal.
Oh yeah, well, the victim in this case just doesn't make much of an impression on me.
Well, you were the victim up until Mr. Bullard was found dead. Yeah, and his body wasn't discovered until this morning.
Anyway, we don't have enough information yet. Can you help us out?
Sorry, I'm actually a little confused myself. For some reason, I'm just blabbing like an idiot right now.
Okay, Nick. Now is our chance to get more info about the victim, so hurry up and ask. Okay, dadurch ist es wahrscheinlich... Ah ja, super. Aber machen wir erstmal hier mit Detective Atme weiter. So, what happened to Master Masque?
He's at the detention center screaming like a madman. Investigate me again, he keeps yelling.
No, I didn't mean him. Achso. Gumshoe denkt wahrscheinlich, wir meinten gerade Ron Delight. He's not the real thief anyway, right?
Oh, you mean that Detective Atme? Oh, that was great. That guy got what he deserved.
No, that's the detective I know and love.
Think about it, Atme was always around when the calling card showed up, but he always mysteriously disappeared when the heist took place. I was hiding at the crime scene. Yeah, right. That's the lamest thing I've ever heard. That's how you just knew he was the thief.
That would explain how he was able to retrieve the stolen item he keeps bragging about.
Yeah, he just did that to make himself look like a great detective, that's all. But there's one thing I can't figure out about his first heist.
His first heist?
Yeah, the Tear of Emanon case. There was a witness on that one.
A witness?
Here I saved the newspaper clipping. Since the thief is already under arrest, you guys can keep it.
Hey, this guard here. Haven't I seen him somewhere before? Ich kann das schlecht sehen. Soll das Ron sein oder Larry? Die Haare könnten so ein bisschen Ron sein. It's pretty small, so it's kind of hard to see, but now that she mentions it... Mal eben gucken. Kann ich hier irgendwie noch scrollen? Nee, kann ich gar nicht. Stolen, exclamation mark, question mark, the gem and the thief. The precious gem, the Tear of Emanon. Priceless, blah de blah. Oh, Moment, was haben wir denn hier noch? Ah, Autopsy Report. Time of Death, 10, 12, achso, der 12.10. Ich habe erst gedacht, 10 Uhr, 12 Uhr, um 1 Uhr? Wie geht denn das? 10 bzw. 12 Uhr um 1 Uhr nachts. Hä? Okay, 12. Oktober um 1 Uhr nachts. Cause cerebral hemorrhaging from blunt trauma to the head. Oh, that prosecutor. I really don't like that guy. The way he used her own evidence to do that to Mr. Delight.
Yeah, I think he did it that way just cause he knew it'd hurt more. That's what my gut tells me anyway.
So who is that Java-addicted masked maniac anyway?
Prosecutor Godot? He's quite the enigma, huh? The thing is, pal, I never even heard of the guy before. He just showed up one day at the prosecutor's office, came out of nowhere.
That's right, he said this was his first case as a prosecutor.
And it's true, according to the records anyway, but... no way he's an amateur. He's an Iceman in court, a maverick that gives me goosebumps.
Goosebumps? You?
Yeah, I knew something was off about him, so I asked around. Nobody would talk to me. They all just turned the other way.
Poor Detective Gumshoe. I had no idea you were so unpopular.
No, that's not what I meant.
That Godot guy acts like he knows me and has a grudge against me. I get the feeling he's hiding some kind of dark secret. Okay, can you tell us some more about Mr. Bullard? He was the CEO of KB Security, right? What kind of company is it anyway?
Well, the company basically sends security teams out to buildings to guard them. Mr. Bullard must have had the chance to learn a lot of secrets doing this hard kind of work.
Oh, and?
And I don't know how to put this, but the guy was kind of a money grubber.
Really? Me too. I just love money. I can't ever get enough. Please stop leaning in towards me like that. You aren't getting to my wallet.
Anyway, it looks like he did some pretty shifty stuff to earn his millions.
Oh, so that's my problem. I need to be shiftier. Let me go already.
Apparently he was involved in selling trade secrets between rival companies.
Ist das nicht so ein bisschen, naja, illegal oder so? Oh, that's pretty dirty and underhanded.
Yeah, KB Security used to head security operations against Master Moskwa.
What, really?
Yeah, and after screwing up so many times, the company's reputation really took a nosedive.
So it really was Bullard who sent Ron the blackmail letter, huh? Ich wollte schon sagen, warum musst du das jetzt schreien? Sonst fällt mir jetzt nichts an. Was ist mit der Karte?
This is proof that Ron Delight was here at the crime scene when the murder happened.
His wallet. And this keycard, huh? I think we need to ask Mr. Delight some more about those two things.
So noch hier was zu sagen? This was his first heist, and I guess I underestimated him. I was sure I was going to get him, so was careless and lost the info on the witness.
By witness, do you mean the guard in this photo?
Yeah, he and the detective worked together to try catching Master Moskwa.
But he got away anyway, huh?
That guard. I got the weird feeling that I've seen him around lately.
Detective Gumshoe, about this right here.
Sorry, hard to believe, but there's a limit to how much my brain can hold. I got 2 ears and 2 eyes, but only got 1 brain.
I can see your eyes and the ears, but the jury is still out on the brain thing. Hey Nick, if you have something to say, just come out and say it.
No, let's not.
So about this.
Huh? What's that?
Hey, wait a minute, Maya. What's wrong? We copied that data without permission. Don't show it to him. He might get mad at us.
So, what are you two whispering about?
It's nothing. It's just my billfold.
That's a pretty thick billfold you got there, pal. Now I really want you to show it to me.
Okay, mir fällt jetzt erstmal nichts mehr ein, was wir ihm zeigen könnten, was vielleicht noch groß was ergeben kann, oder? Gehen wir jetzt mal weiter. Wir können ja immer noch anfangen, Sachen in anderer Leute Gesichter rumzufuchteln, wenn uns sonst nichts mehr einfällt. Oh. 13. Oktober, KB Security Guard Office. Wow, this is really something else. For a security guard office, it sure doesn't feel very secure. KB Security Guard. Uh-oh, I just remembered. Larry might be...
Hey, Nick, what's up?
So he is here.
Yo, I was hanging, dude. And you got my sweet little Maya with you, too.
Hi, Larry.
Here I was working my fingers to the bone. And in walks an angel. I've got no problem with a daytime date. It's all good.
No, that's not what we're here for. We're investigating the Bullet murder case. KB Security benehmen jeden. Genau.
Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. You're a lawyer, aren't you?
He's so hopelessly clueless.
Well, if it's about the murder case, boy, have I got some good info for you.
Really? What is it?
Well, I don't mind sharing with my sweet little Maya. But Nick here is a different story.
Larry, I thought you two were old school buddies.
That was then and this is now.
Well, fuck you too. Good info, please. So what's this good info you were talking about, Larry?
Hey, I'm a guard, a pro. I can't just give away information for free.
He wants a bribe? I thought professionals were more, I don't know, honest? Can you talk to him, Maya? Larry, tell us already. What's the good info?
Hey, I like that. This kitten has got some claws. Okay, you really want to know?
Yes, so tell me.
Okay, so the thing is, Ron Delight was an employee here. And naturally, since I'm a pro, I looked into his background. Follow me?
Yes, you're a pro. I follow you. Go on.
Well, 1 year ago, Ron Delight was fired. And there was no warning at all. It just happened all of a sudden. I know this is a small company, but I think that was pretty awful.
I guess he must have done something bad to have gotten fired like that.
Like maybe skipping out of work to go pick up hot chicks or something.
No, that's just
You.
wollte ich auch gerade sagen. Security Guard. Ah, ich wette, Godot wird diese Info direkt schon mal benutzen, um ein Motiv herzustellen. Ja, zu sagen, das war sein Motiv. So, what is it like to be a part-time security guard?
Let me tell you, it's tough. Well, you know me. I get by alright, I guess. First, I have to keep my eye on those monitors all the time.
Monitors?
There are security cameras set in each room around the building. It's really hard. Sometimes I feel like my eyes are gonna fall out.
Oh.
And if I see something suspicious, I have to contact one of the teams.
What teams?
Well, the security teams for this company, they're supposedly the best in the business. But I'm no amateur either, so if it's something small, I don't bother calling them.
So in other words, you basically watch TV screens all day long. You were in this office when the murder took place, weren't you?
Why you say that? This is just a part-time job for me and I can't operate the equipment. And I'm dumb.
Dann, was machst du dann hier? Even if it is part-time and you are dumb, you're still in charge of security here.
And give me a break. Don't try to pin the whole thing on me. It's not fair, Nick.
Huh? I don't think you can expect someone like him to take any responsibility. Anyway, the point is you were here that night, right? Uh-oh. Oh no. I knew something smelled bad, and it was the butts after all.
Well, like I always say, that was then and this is now, okay?
It looks like I'm going to have to break his psych locks after all. Na gut, da habe ich, glaube ich, bestimmt noch nichts. Aber es klingt jetzt für mich fast so, wenn ich mal irgendwie raten dürfte, als wäre er hier vielleicht gar nicht hier gewesen. Und hätte heimlich irgendwie mal wieder eine Frau nachgejagt. Okay, gucken wir uns mal um.
That's my partner, Sieht.
Your partner?
Well, that's what I call her. She's my superior, actually. Kind of weird old lady.
Oh no. No, bitte nicht. Nicht old bag. There's tea spilled all over that machine, you know.
Don't worry about it. Just the other day, I spilled some chocolate milk in mine. It still works fine, more or less. They really know how to build them, I guess.
Okay. Something is written on this poster in fine print. A guard's 5 commandments. Wow, this sounds serious. Let's see what it says. Number 1, obey thy superior. Number 2, respect thy superior. Number 3, smile.
Entschuldigung.
Smile at thy superior. Number 4, salute thy superior. Number 5, buy donuts for thy superior upon command. It's signed Wendy. Oh, nine. Old bag head supervisor.
She's one tough old bird, let me tell you. Cross her and you come face to face with a real genuine ray gun.
Yeah, sounds scary, alright.
Well, fortunately, she's on vacation. That's why I'm so relaxed right now.
Oh, puh. Hoffentlich müssen wir die nicht nochmal sehen. Hey, Larry. That's your jacket, isn't it?
That's right.
Did you know you hung it right on top of some kind of lever?
Yeah, sure. I was told to never ever touch that lever.
She scowled and huffed at me.
Something terrible will happen if you do. Go, got a greenhorn.
So, why hang your jacket on such an important lever?
Because it got me curious. If the jacket's weight pulls the lever down, that's what they call an accident. Doesn't the suspense just kill you? Don't you want to know what'll happen, huh?
It's true, it's killing me too. What about you, Nick? Yeah, but for a different reason. Mann, wie der Typ überhaupt irgendwo einen Job kriegen kann, ist mir auch ein Rätsel. Wow, take a look at these things here. Hey, Larry, what are they?
Did you say, Hey man, it's not like I have to know what they are to do my job. I always thought that was just some kind of decoration or something.
Oh boy. How did this guy ever get a job here anyway, or anywhere else for that matter?
No clues here. Ich wollte die Monitore untersuchen. Those screens there show what's going on all over the building, everywhere. And it's my job to keep a steady eye on them, all of them.
I wouldn't sound so smug if I were you. Can you watch regular TV on these too? If anyone would sit here and watch TV instead of working, it's gonna be Larry.
Hey Maya, I'm a pro, okay? Besides, you can't get regular TV on it. I already tried.
And how do you know that, Larry?
Because that was my first bit of investigation, if you know what I mean.
I know what you're thinking. It was a professional investigation, alright?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, das ist wohl erstmal alles hier. So, vielleicht irgendwas hierzu? Larry, there's something I want you to look at.
Hey Nick, I told you, I'm a pro, and you don't interrupt a pro when he's working. I don't have time to sit and chat with you, alright?
Oh, is that right?
Oh, naturally I've got time for you though, Maya.
We're gonna have to squeeze this guy if we want to get more info out of him, huh? Der hat nebenbei immer Filme geguckt, ja, das ist natürlich eine super Idee. Hier irgendwas zu? Nein. Erinnert mich an diesen einen Zug, der vor einer Zeit lang mal mit einem anderen Zug kollidiert ist, weil die Person, die eigentlich aufpassen sollte, am Handy gezockt hat. Ja, das war dann leider nicht so lustig. Gehen wir mal hier hin. Da waren wir ja noch nicht.
The treasures of Kurain exhibit is all ruined now.
Maya.
I'm sorry, it's just so sad. This was our big chance for everyone to learn about spirit channeling.
Maybe you can cheer her up somehow. Well, now that we've got the sacred urn back, maybe they can reopen it?
Really?
Sure, maybe we can label it the Urn of Master Masquer's Desires. That will probably attract a lot of attention.
Wow. Wow, that's brilliant, Nick. We could clean up and be filthy rich. Woohoo!
Wow, that was surprisingly easy. That's probably where the sacred urn was going to be displayed.
Yeah, I guess so.
Should have... Oh, das haben wir schon. Hier gibt's wahrscheinlich nichts Neues. Piece of cloth with a ton of finely written characters jammed onto it. Probably a sort of knowledge. 108 ways to save money. I'm pretty sure the number has gone up since the last time I saw it. Well, I'm always looking for new ways. Ja, doch, das hatten wir auch schon. Voting screen, can't read what it says on it. Ja, hatten wir auch schon. Ist incredible. Ich gehe nochmal zur Sicherheit alles durch, damit wir nicht doch irgendwas noch verpasst haben. Okay. Irgendwie cool die Musik hier. Wie gehe ich jetzt? Genau. Gucken, was hier ist.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Wright.
Miss Andrews, what's she still hanging around down here for?
So, how is it going? What about the sacred urn?
The urn? Oh, it's been taken care of already.
What do you mean, oh, that? Taken care of? Do you mean it's been found? Yes. It was brought in during the trial today. Wow, really? You really are the greatest, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright had nothing to do with it, though. It was Master Masquer's wife that found it. Well, anyway, I'm so relieved. I just heard all about it on the news. So that detective was actually the thief all along.
It looks that way right now.
It's my fault. I'm the one who ended up hiring the Masquer to guard the treasures.
Don't blame yourself. You were just doing your job.
Hey, Nick, if she wants to apologize, you should let her. So, when was it that you hired Detective Atme again?
About 20 days ago. And when was it that Master Masquer's calling card arrived?
That was about 10 days ago.
So he sent a calling card to the very place he was hired to guard.
I guess that's it then. Detective Atme must have really wanted the sacred urn after all.
I guess so. Night of the crime.
What? So Master Masquer murdered someone as well?
Well, that's how things look right now. Yes, but I thought that he was here stealing the urn at the time.
Well, we're talking about a criminal mastermind, so anything is possible.
Nick, let's get down to business already. On the night of the theft, did you notice anything suspicious about Detective Atme? No, I couldn't have. After all, he was hidden the entire time. I never even caught a glimpse of him.
He claims that he claims that's the way he always operates.
It's just what he says so he can have an alibi while he commits the thefts himself.
Yeah, he was caught in this crime scene photo dressed up as Master Moscow pretty well.
I'm so glad that you got your sacred urn back.
Yes, but there's still something that bothers me about it.
What is it?
I'm not exactly sure, but somehow the urn that came back seems different.
Really? You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Miss Andrews? No, I don't know anything. Why would I?
Sag bloß. Hatte ich aber recht?
Cyclops? What do you think this means, Nick?
It means the person that holds the secret to the mystery of the sacred urn is our very own Miss Andrews.
Habe ich jetzt das vorhin eher nur so zum Scherz gesagt, aber gut.
Gucken, vielleicht haben wir ja schon genug dafür, wobei... Ich weiß nicht. Probieren's mal. The Sacred Urn. Miss Andrews-chan, do you know anything about the Sacred Urn-kun?
Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit.
The urn that was submitted before the court today. It's obviously not the same urn as before.
Well, that's true. Maybe it isn't the same. It could be a fake.
A fake?
You're the one who said it wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence the urn that was submitted at the trial was genuine?
Do I? Vielleicht das hier? Ich meine, da steht was mit Speckled Urn und so. Oh, Miss Andrews? Okay, habe ich wohl ein bisschen zu weit gedacht.
See, look, it was a fake after all.
Huh?
I mean, your evidence is fake too, as I expected.
Oh, I guess this isn't going to help me much. Irgendwas, was wirklich beweist, dass sie die richtige ist. Nein. Nee, keine Ahnung. Should investigate some more. Kann ich hier noch irgendwas präsentieren? So, irgendwas damit anfangen? Sorry, can I help more, but I'm so busy taking care of everything in front of me. Still haven't given up on the treasures of the Codain exhibit.
Oh, Miss Andrews, I'm so happy to hear you say that.
Looks like the treasure exhibit is the only thing she has on her mind. Irgendwas hierzu? Nee, okay. Na gut, diesen blöden Knopf muss ich jetzt auch nicht. Ich glaube sonst... vielleicht noch irgendwo Profil? Na, ich glaube erstmal nicht. Aber Moment, kann ich hier nochmal irgendwas untersuchen? Vielleicht habe ich noch was nicht gesehen. There's a camera and computer detective at me set up, that's what he said. Yet, still let it take a picture of him. I guess he's not as smart as he pretends to be. The camera belonged to Lordly Taylor, so he knew he couldn't tamper with it. So then why would Master Moscow allow that to happen? That pathetic-looking wooden box. Ah, that's the box that had the sacred urn in it. Don't touch it. There may be clues to the thief's identity on it.
I worked so hard to make that box.
Oh, okay. So, das hatten wir schon. I'm back with this, but that was obviously a lie.
Because it turned out that Atme was the real thief. It's still hard to believe.
It looks like Adrian feels really bad about it.
I'm going to take full responsibility and fix that sword myself. And no, I don't look it, but I have complete confidence that I can fix it right up. I promise I'll fix it so you never knew it was bent in the first place. Please be gentle with it.
Okay. Oh. Das da. Looks like a big part of the signboard.
Ja, wieder die Sache mit Hamburger und so. Und Dr. Spaghetti. Okay, das war alles. Hier haben wir mal jetzt noch neue Info bekommen. Sie will angeblich das Schwert jetzt heil machen. Look a ladder. That's a step ladder. So, what's the difference? Okay, das haben wir schon. Ups. Verklickt. Da ist die Tür. Looks like the door to the actual storeroom. I can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there. I guess that's where they were keeping the sacred urn. Remember, Maya, Miss Andrews said we're not allowed in there. Noch irgendwas zu der Farbe? Looks to me like it's been dry for several days. Something is suspicious about this paint mark. Bottom left part of it is shaped oddly. Na gut, das hatten wir schon. It says organy. No, it doesn't, Nick. Just okay, dann noch. Check it wasn't where it was. Is now when we first came here. Yeah, it was right next to the door. Someone moved it. It was probably masked in Moskwa. Maybe he didn't like being watched by Mystic Amy when he stole the urn. Da, das haben wir auch schon. Dann ist hier jetzt wohl sonst nichts Neues. Gehen wir mal zum Detention Center, denke ich. Oh, wir können auch dahin gehen.